Hey friends, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel, and if you are looking for just a great Strat style starter guitar, I think this is one here that you should definitely consider. There's three big reasons for that. Number one is it's super affordable. This thing goes for about $120 on Amazon. Of course, I have links in the video description below. The other reason is despite that low price and it being a very simple guitar, this guitar is surprisingly well made. The fit and finish and the overall build quality on this guitar really impresses me, especially for the price. And the third reason, the third great thing about this guitar is that it weighs almost nothing. This guitar weighs less than 6 pounds. In fact, I weighed this exact one here and it came in at 5.7 pounds. Talk about a lightweight, comfortable guitar. This is it right here. Now, why does it weigh so little? Let's talk about that first. Well, the woods they use are pretty interesting. It has a standard maple neck with a satin finish on it, which I really like. And then it has a Purple Heart fretboard, which is honestly kind of a inexpensive replacement for rosewood. But the big thing is this is paulownia wood for the body. And if you remember, many years back, Dean Guitars came out with their budget Dean Vendetta model. And people started getting these guitars and then noticing that they were incredibly lightweight. Well, they were, I think, the first ones to start using paulownia wood as a body wood for a guitar. And I mean, it's not like balsa wood light for all you model builders out there, but this is still an incredibly lightweight body. So for the people in the comments that are always complaining when I review like a Les Paul style guitar or some other guitar that weighs like 8, 9, even 10 pounds, this is one you're gonna love. Okay, now let's talk about the other stuff. I already told you the price, right around $120. I mean, it's really hard to beat that price. You can get less expensive guitars than that these days, but they're not going to be as good as this. Okay, so I need to take a minute here and talk about this brand, Sonicake. Now, in the past, I've checked out many of their pedals, and then fairly recently, I checked out an acoustic simulator kind of guitar. It's like one of these silent acoustic guitars. I did it with my buddy Offer, and that guitar was really, really impressive. But now they're getting more into making just regular electric guitars, and so this is just their sort of basic Strat model that they've just released. And the thing about Sonicake is, unlike a lot of these other companies that have popped up recently, they don't just take like an existing product from a factory and slap their logo on it. Everything that I've received from Sonicake has been, you know, it's their own version of it, right? They actually put work into making something a little bit different and really doing their own homework on it, if you will. Spec-wise, it's a pretty standard Strat style guitar. Of course, it's a bolt-on neck, 22 frets. It's got the 3 single coil pickup arrangement with the standard Strat control layout. So we've got a 5-way blade type switch, single volume, and 2 tones. And a vintage style Strat trim. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But it's got 2 cool upgrades on here. One is the fact that the truss rod adjustment is here at the neck pocket, so you don't have to take a cover off, you don't have to put an Allen wrench down through the strings or take the neck off or anything crazy like that. You can just easily adjust it here with the strings on and full tension on the neck. That's really great. The other thing is these frets. They are using the rounded ball end frets that so many awesome import guitars are using these days. And in addition to being just very comfortable frets, one thing about these frets is that they're always slightly short compared to the fretboard itself. And so these frets never go past the edge of the fretboard, so you never run into any problem with sharp fret ends. And that's a big advantage, especially if you're getting a guitar like this as a first guitar or a beginner guitar, right? You never want to get a first guitar that's going to discourage you to play it. And if you get one of those cheap guitars with the cheap, old-timey, old-fashioned frets, and you get fret sprout, or the wood of the neck shrinks over time and the frets end up going past the edge of the fretboard, you can actually scratch up your fingers and cut yourself even on these sharp frets. This guitar is never going to have any problem like that. And right out of the box, it's a really, really comfortable neck, and I'm confident that it's going to stay that way. Okay, now there are a couple things about this guitar which I don't really like, and honestly, this is really nitpicking considering it's a $120 guitar, but I do want to talk about that stuff. But let's go ahead now and just get into the demo so you can hear how this guitar sounds and see how it plays. And keep in mind, this is a traditional 3 single coil pickup arrangement, and it definitely sounds like that in the demo. So let's go ahead and listen to that. But of course, guys, real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, checking out cool, new, affordable guitars, and also staying up on all the latest news in the guitar universe, and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. Okay, we're going to plug into my Boss IR200 cab and amp simulator. That's about a $350, $400 piece of equipment, so I'm not using thousands of dollars of recording equipment to make this affordable guitar sound better than it really is. Let's plug it in and listen to how it sounds. All right, guys, let's talk more about this. So, you heard the sound of the pickups in that demo. These are very glassy sounding, Strat type single coil pickups. The guitar sounds like you would expect it to. And honestly, that is one of my complaints of this guitar, because if you're getting a guitar that's going to be a first guitar and somebody's really excited to get it and they plug it in, and then they're trying to get the same sound that they hear on that song, that favorite song that they heard. If you only have single coil pickups, it can be difficult to reproduce the sound that you heard on, like, I don't know, AC/DC or Kiss or Journey or whatever name the band of your choice. My point is, I wish they had put a humbucker pickup at least in the bridge position. When you have like a humbucker single with the switch down here, you can almost always, get a single coil sound out of that humbucker if you go to like that second position on the pickup selector. But then if you go all the way down, you can still get that full humbucker power from the bridge position for all your rhythm parts and everything. And I've always felt that that pickup arrangement does a much better job at getting the sounds that you're kind of used to hearing. With the 3 single coil pickup arrangement, you're always going to get that kind of quacky, glassy single coil sound, which for certain styles of music is perfect, but it's not perfect for every style. Okay, but again, why am I complaining about a well-made guitar that costs $120, and I'm like, oh, they didn't choose the perfect pickup arrangement. Okay, this is hardcore nitpicking here. Now, the other thing that I would criticize about this is the bridge here. And look, this is just a Guitar Max thing. I just don't like these vintage style Strat trims. They just don't work very well. This one doesn't work very well. Most of the other vintage style Strat trims in the world also don't work very well. So it's not that it was not well made, it's just a limitation of the design of this bridge. Whether you get a genuine Fender Stratocaster or you get this guitar, these old school vintage style Strat bridges, they just don't work that well. But it's just a tradition thing at this point. If you're going to get, a very basic kind of traditional guitar like this, it's got the traditional pickup arrangement, it's going to have the traditional bridge. In some cases, tradition is good. When it comes to these bridges, I really don't like it. Okay, but look, those are my only two complaints about this guitar. And when you look at all the positive stuff, which is the overall build quality, the comfort of the guitar with it being super lightweight, and the sounds that you can get out of it for $120, you can't go wrong for this guitar. And look, I talk about this a lot lately. Guitar prices have gone just out of control in the past 5 years. And so I am so happy that for $120, you can get this guitar that plays great, sounds great, and it's just really fun to play. Obviously, if you don't want the seafoam green, they have other colors as well. But for this price, in this day and age, this is a really, really fun, really good guitar. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you're looking for a first guitar, maybe for a younger player that doesn't want a real heavy guitar, or a guitar that's just, kind of a no-brainer guitar. You can click buy on Amazon, get this delivered to you in a few days, pull it out of the box, tune it, and just rock like I'm doing in this video. For that price, how can you go wrong? Okay guys, that is it. Let me know what you think of that video down in the video description below. And also, what do you think about my preference for having a humbucker in the bridge position? Would you like that, or are you a hardcore traditionalist with the 3 single coil pickup setup? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Guys, thanks a ton for watching. I'll have links for everything I was talking about in the video description below: the guitar, the Boss IR200 unit, my social media, my online YouTube course, instructional videos, all that stuff. And guys, if you did enjoy the video, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you very soon.